Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Volcano Blog. For today, I want to progress more into chapter 3 and see where that takes us. Here we go. First of all, before we begin, I want to address some changes that I made to the platform. I've added a 5-layer of wood around so we have a bit more walking space. I think the next order of business is to go up to get more working space, because going outwards is going to require more and more blocks and more block placing that I can't do without a wand, or that I can do only without a wand, because this wand doesn't work on lava basically. So I haven't really processed any ancient cobblestone. As you can see, pretty much all of these converted into ancient cobblestone, so I might just harvest these in a moment. We can probably just make some stone pickaxes and use those, just so we don't break our super diamond pick matic. And basically I planted a 5x5 of the energy and crystal seeds because we need more of these for the machines that we want to use that require 250 Celsius of heat, basically. I also made this, which I will explain in a moment. We have some cactus planted, and I don't think I have anything else different, really. No, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, one thing. I added here another chest because this is really cool. It stores, it looks like 512 or more items per slot, which is really cool for bulk storage on farms. So I've just been taking the normie seeds out here, and we can take, for example, oh, if you shift click, it takes everything out. What if I just left click? Okay, it takes a stack out. Cool. And if I right click, it does take a stack out as well. So we're gonna do that, and then that, and that, I think. And we can go, this is the reshaper, and this is the reactor. I think I want to make another energy and arrow heater. So let me do that real fast so we can run both of these machines at the same time, basically, if we wanted to. I moved the machines around a little bit. We have the solid fuel arrow heater here with the solder and the magnetic reassembler, so we can turn it on and off individually. And then we have the reshaper here and the reactor here. And the reactor is currently working on slowly getting us more primordium, so that is really cool. And one thing I want to explain is that glass box over there. So one thing that I didn't, I saw it before, but then I forgot, and it was really cool to do, is, for example, you make your first 4 quartz blocks, which, if you remember, require a cording recipe, and you need to stand there and place snow next to it. And then you just make a quartz burst seed, and then you wait while you place it down. It's easy enough to make an entire, or to make a glass cube or some sort of cube where you can put it in. And it make sure that there's an airspace on all sides except the bottom, because it's sitting on the floor anyway. But you just leave it there and it can chill out, and eventually it's gonna explode into some quartz like that. Like a lot of it, pretty much. So we just took ourselves from 64 and 16 quartz to 64 and 48 quartz for just some crystal. And speaking of crystal, there's a recipe for a crystal burst seed, which requires the crystal catalyst, which is another crystal, which is just a crystal tossed into the nether portal, and all of the other crystals that you get by crushing a regular crystal. So eventually you get more crystal than you're using. So you just make more of these crystal burst seeds, you keep on placing them down, and they explode into more crystals. So anytime I need to do that, I can just make the burst seeds and get more and more resources. And you have that one for stone as well, so you can get just smelted stone, which is really cool, which I haven't done yet. We have a few of it, so it's all good. I did it a couple times for snow, so we have 60 of that now. There's also gravel, dirt, so we don't need to kill poor straw golems anymore for dirt, basically. Sand as well. You can make 4 netherrack and then do the netherrack burst seed. Oh, I'm totally doing this. So we're making we're gonna make some more warm cores because I want more nether chests, basically, because these are really cool, and each nether chest requires a nether brick, or sorry, 4 nether brick, like this, a blaze powder and 4 iron. And since we can make a netherrack burst seed, we can just make one set of these warm cores from the heat blocks, make some netherrack by placing some coal blocks next to it, and then just make a seed, and then we can make a bunch more netherrack, and then just smelt it down to the nether brick that we need, and basically make nether bricks to make more nether chests. But I'll be doing that a bit later. I also made a light core stabilizer, which there are 3 types of. There is a medium and a heavy as well. And this one requires glowstone, which we kind of have access to, but not really, because it takes a lot of block placing and all that. And then the heavy core is soul steel, which we're not there yet as well. So basically what these do The heavy one makes it so you don't have to remove, or the stabilizer block doesn't pop off at all. So once we get to that one, you just need one. You place a snow block next to it, and it's gonna make a quartz block, for example, from the coring recipe. 100% of the time without you having to sit here and place the snow block, which is really cool. And each of the lower ones just reduce the chance of it popping off. Okay, so enough rambling. Let's go into the summoner, I think. So we need dirt with different types of fossils, and we get that by taking some dirt and putting it into the atomic reshaper, and we need to give it some power, so we're just gonna do like that. I'm gonna wait for it to come to temperature, and we can then get some dirt with fossils. So I'll just be sitting here extracting it one by one, because I don't know if we have access to any sort of piping to extract stuff out of machines yet. I don't think we do, so I'll just be getting some fossils, and I'll be back once I have the quest completed. A mistake that I want to correct, dirt just gets you clay. It needs to be coarse dirt to get the fossils, so that's pretty much a mistake on my part. So back to clicking out dirt with fossils. I processed all the coarse dirt into different types of fossils, and these regular dirt with fossils have a higher percentage chance. I believe it's 40 for this one and then 20% chance on the other ones. So I got pretty much kind of the same for all of that. And you can see I also have a bunch of netherrack. I made 4, and then I made it into a burst seed, and now we have a bunch ton. That is a new word. Okay, so I also harvested all the ancient cobblestone ever, which was all 4 of the cubes, and I will be replacing those in between episodes, and they can process again. I'll wait for them to be fully processed again, and in between episodes I'm probably going to go through all of this ancient cobblestone, tossing it into fire and turning it into geodes, and then processing them in here, which is going to take forever. But at least we have netherrack now, and I've been currently smelting it into nether brick, and I'm just going to wait for this to be fully finished, and then I'm going to make more nether chests so we can start storing our ingots into nether chests basically, and more of the items here into nether chests, so we can at least be a bit more organized with where our stuff is, at least. Have one for like wood, one for plants, and one for ingots and stuff, and one for blocks and all that, so that should be pretty cool. I made also a bunch of burst seeds that I'm going to be processing here pretty much, so a bunch more netherrack incoming soon. Really? You're going to pop right now? Okay, fine, be that way. Sometimes they take forever, and then sometimes once I just placed it down and it popped right in front of my face, basically. So let's collect this quest. It's going to get us a soulless book and a choice reward. I'm just going to take the gears. We're going to get more of the different types of rewards anyway, so it's all good. And the soulless book right here is going to put us through the ender fossils and essences and all that stuff, so we can learn how to put your fossils to use. Yeah, that's fine. And ender fossils as well. That's dirt with glowing fossils. Okay. And we can get ender dust, basically. So that's pretty cool. So what I think I need to do is just place all of these down, and then we can harvest them. And we're going to get ourselves some mossy bone chunks. And with this one, we can get, if we place all of it down, these are the frozen fossils. These are going to get us frozen bone chunks. These are the glowing, which should get us ender chunks. Yep, 48 of those. And the regular dirt with fossils, I believe it's just going to get us regular bone chunks. Like that. Nice. And then we need to make a hammer. One of these sledgehammers. So 2 iron and 3 sticks. 1, 2, I have sticks on me. 1, 2 iron. There we go. Sledgehammer. Boom. And I believe you can put this next to this to turn it into bone meal. You can turn this into ender dust. You can turn this into more bone meal. And this into more bone meal. Okay. And I think, if I recall correctly, we get another soulless book. Is this the same? It is the same. Can I just... Yeah, that's exactly the same. We don't need that many of these. Boom. Go away. Okay, so extracting essence. When holding a chunk of bone, you should be able to break it apart in order to extract the essence. I expect that the kinds of essence will seem very random, as there was once a wide variety of animalia in the world. It's likely the essence of some creatures will be more common than others. You'll need a large amount of essence in general in order to restore animalia, so even large quantities of the same essence should come useful eventually. Okay, these fossil, A given bone chunk will be based on its type. Okay, the next chapter will detail fossils from alien creatures. So that's ender fossils. Next, I'll show you how to create the soul book. Okay, so that is up here. We need to get to a summoner first. And the summoner is going to be an empty summoner, which is just basically ender dust and then these bars of different types. Over here, we can see end steel bars. I think that's the one that we need to go with, which is ender iron, which is iron dust and ender dust. And we need, I believe, 6 of those. So I'm going to grab 6 iron. And we're going to turn that with... how do we make dust again? Iron dust. Is it? We have to do it through the grindstone. Yeah. Okay. So rotatory grinder, do your thing. And get us 6 iron. And then we're going to take, I think we right click. Yeah, we right click to get essence. On all of these chunks, and let's do these 12 bone ones and see what we get. We got some cow, some rabbit, some pig, some creeper, and some chicken. So let's just process all of these basically, and I can't sneak right click to do all of them. Also, this is just a tad too loud. And we're done. Okay, so we got some spiders, some chicken, some villager. Let's get a regular chest. I'm just gonna do that. Just so we can get a tiny bit more organized here. And we can, do we need these mossy chunks for anything? I don't think so. So let me just right click on all of these, except for the ender ones, because we need ender dust as well, and see what essences we have. All right, we need to make some ender dust and then combine this with this to get ender iron dust blend, and we need to smelt that up. So I'm just gonna steal you for a moment just so you smelt that up for me. And in the meantime, we can check out all the essences we got. We got some zombie, some wolf, some witch, some vindicator, village, stray, spider, which is what we're gonna need right now, snow golem, skeleton, sheep, rabbit, polar bear, and all these other bits and bobs. And we're gonna get to probably using those eventually. So what do we need here is just the summoner, which is going to be these end steel bars, and we're going to get 16 of them, and then we need another ender dust, or 2. So we can just make 2, just so we get 2 spawners out of that end steel, and we can use it all up. Nice. New chapters unlocked. Okay. So it's going to show me here? No. The Soul Book of Spider is going to be an ender dust and a book to get us a soul book, and then we can combine it with some essence to get the book of the required essence. So we need a book. Book. Do I need leather for this? No, it's just glue. Do I have some glue? I think I do. 1 glue and 3 papers. Get me a book. And then 1 ender dust and 1 that is going to make us a soul book. Nice. We're almost done with the ender steel, like so. And we can turn that into the bars, and like that into a empty summoner. Nice. I'm going to take 1 more, and we're going to make another summoner, because we're probably going to need it eventually. Nice. So empty summoner, we get a choice reward of all of the 3 things. I'm going to take the blood crystals, and we get a dark tank as well, which is really cool. So the Soul Book of Spider, we just need to combine, I assume, Spider Essence with the book, and we get a Soul Book of Spider, and I think we can just do that to get more essence in, like so. Nice. And we get Existential Essence, Vector Plates, and a choice reward of all of 3, so I'll take the Murky Orbs, just so we have everything from the different types. We can toss our netherrack back to smelt. And then we need to get ourselves into a blood extractor or a spider eye. So the blood extractor is going to be dark gem spikes, which are dark gems and iron ingots. And I don't have any more dark gems other than these 2, which is actually going to be enough to do what I need to do. So that plus that equals some spikes. And then it was a glass and another dark gem. That's fine. Glass I do have. And my inventory is a total mess. I apologize for that. So that is the blood extractor. Shift for info. Hold in inventory when slaying mobs. Okay. Just in inventory. That's fine. So that gets us condensed blood, existential essence, and a choice reward. I'll take the gears again. And then the spider eye, we need to put the summoner down and wait for it to spawn spiders once we put the right stuff in. So let's go, I think I have space over here, back behind these machines. Put you right here. And we're gonna say Book of Spider. And then we can put in the blood crystals, the orbs, and the gears. And it's saying 3% summoned, 5% summoned. So it's gonna take a moment to summon us a spider, and there's 29 souls remaining. So I don't know how we get more souls, if it's only through processing the dirt fossils or if there's another way eventually. But it doesn't really show me here any more things. It might have been that I tossed the wrong book off the edge, because this one got us a soulless book, but it should be the same. It shouldn't make any difference. Okay, so this turns into a blood infusion core, which is a dark power gem, which is a dark gem in blood, 5 millibuckets of it, okay? Or a blood infuser with 250 blood. The blood infuser, I think we need to get more things going. Yeah, because it's right here. So to get this, we're gonna need hardened blood shards, which is hardened blood, which is undead leaves. Hardened blood is blood in a drying basin. That could be cool to happen. So basically I need to kill mobs with my blood extractor to get 5 millibuckets of blood. So once this guy does its thing, which is going to take a moment for it to spawn a spider, we should be able to get ourselves some blood and also hopefully a spider eye. There are some spiders. I have a super swordfish that does fire. One guy down. We got a spider eye. Nice. Monster Hunter. We also have some blood, 390, which is really cool. I probably should make a box for this, but I think we're going to be expanding upwards and setting that up there, probably. So I did get a spider eye, so we can collect this quest and get more existential essence, and I'll take the bloody crystals again. And we're going to toss these on here as well. Oops, I shift right clicked. And that tossed everything off the edge. Or not off the edge, but... And gears. Okay, so it's a tiny bit faster now, because we have the 4 gears, which are speed basically, and orbs are range, and blood crystals are quantity. So I should probably just be taking gears from these quests. I don't know if we get more. We do get more rewards for this. Okay, you just slowly get, like, each one of the quests gets you more rewards. Okay, that's pretty cool. Awesome. So that's the spiders. I'm just gonna be here now scared, because every so often spiders are gonna jump at me. We can probably make a lever to just turn it on and off, probably. So let me do that in real fast. Yeah, it's off. Wonderful. So let me see about making these glasses over here and progressing in this general direction. I was all out of dark gems, so I ran a stack of stone through the reshaper. So I got some more dark ore, and I believe we can rotary grind that to get 2 dark gems. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm running more primordialis stuff to get more primordium, so we can do more reshaping. And I just toss all of the 8 of the crops that I can into here. I could probably be tossing in string, and possibly once we get some flax or more flax seeds going, we can toss those in there. But I planted these so we can get a bit more string as well. So RU is dark gems. Thank you. And then we need also nether chests, by the way. That's pretty cool. So we need glasses, and we need those 3D glasses. So that needs an obscured glass, which is a dark gem like that. And then we need a wool and 4 iron. So a wool should be somewhere in here. There we go, a wool and 4 iron. And it's really cool. You can also scroll wheel out of these, which is really neat. So you can basically have all of the functionalities of all of the different chests. So here we get ourselves some pixel glasses. And then we can make Invisibility Essenes, which are golden rods, dark gem, and glass in a seed crafting recipe. So the problem with the seed crafting is that the golems here see the seeds in the middle, and they're like, I'm gonna go harvest that seed, I wanna harvest it. And then I open the fence, and then he goes and harvests it, and then he goes back here. Pretty much what I wanna do is move these farms to a different spot, either further away from here, maybe put them like on the edge there, and I'll do that probably in between episodes. So for the moment, we're just gonna grab our, do we have any more of those seeds, or did I toss all of them in the trash? But it's just normie seeds basically. So we need a stack of this to turn into 9 of these, and then we can plant 8 of these here, grow them up, and grow the middle one last, so we can get our Invisibility seeds going, which are gonna take dark gems and goldenrods. Do I have enough goldenrods? I thought I harvested some. Yeah, we have enough. 4 and 4 glass, which I have on me. Okay, so let me wait for these to grow. I'll just be sneaking here, and then we're gonna be ready to craft Invisibility seeds. All right, so 4 glass, a dark gem, and 4 goldenrods gets us Invisibility seeds, and it says, is it there? So I planted all of this flax here, so what we're just gonna do for the moment, we're gonna take this, plant it here. You can't see it, but you put on these. I don't know if they go into, are they on bobble slots? No, they're wearing on head. So I can see the Invisibility seed now, and I can grow it, and I'm gonna read if it needs some sort of, requires the user to try 3 glasses in order to be seen, and we get Midnight Fizz. I don't know what this does. It's kind of like food. It looks like it. So I'm just gonna grow this real fast. Can I use bone meal? I can. And do we just right click? We break it to get ourselves Invisibility twine, which is used to make Invisibility glass. Escape ropes. Okay, sends the player to the highest block directly above them. That's really cool. You can use that to get to your goldenrod seeds. And there's Invisibility feathers, which are sneak around on carpet to build up static electricity. Interesting. Comfy poncho, which is upgradable apparently. Upgrade book combined with tools and armor that can be upgraded in an anvil. Interesting. Okay, so let's, I'm gonna plant a couple of these. And what do we need this twine for? We need Mary Jane seeds. So we need 4 twine, 4 blaze powder, and a dark gem. We have that. So 4 blaze powder. I need to get used to where all the things are. So we need to grow this a little bit more to get a bit more twine, which is that. So let's actually do this. Let's go break this entire line here. This is gonna be our Invisibility seed for the moment. We can plant another flax like there. Okay, so 4 of you, a dark gem, and 4 of you gets us Mary Jane seeds, April 20th. Obtain Mary Jane seeds. Okay, so these use blaze powder instead of bone meal as its fertilizer. Okay, does it say anything in the crop book about this? Guide to unique crops. Crop book. Mary Jane weed. Blazing plants. These prefer to the hellish environment of the nether. Not much to say about their looks other than they can emit a small amount of light. Once fully grown, these crops will only be successfully harvested when the harvester is on fire, else the plants themselves burst into flames and leave nothing behind. Oh, okay. So we need up here. We need one of these. And then we have blaze powder. And I can grab some more blaze powder. And we're gonna come over here. Let's just do the second row. Break all of these. And then we 57, 71, 85, fully grown. Okay. And I'm gonna take a lava bucket. We're gonna be on fire and harvest. And we get ourselves some cinder leaves. Lovely. So I need a lava bucket to be stored somewhere here. So let's put it down there. Even though that's next to wood, I think I've turned fire ticks off, so we should be fine. And we can take another lava bucket and put it in here. Okay, cool. I'm gonna also nom on this Midnight Fizz and see what it does. Oh, we get super speed, speed 2, cool. So these, I don't know if they grow naturally or if you specifically have to grow it with bone meal, but we need some of these cinder leaves to make lava lilies, which are gonna be then turned with obsidian ingots, which is obsidian with iron. Okay, that's not difficult to do. And 2 lava lilies and a skull, which is just bone blocks, so more bone meal. That's not a problem. Yeah, I can do that. So let me get things together and we can craft ourselves an obsidian skull. I believe I have everything ready for us to craft the Obsidian Skull. For that we need a regular skull, so I just used the knife and got some flesh and then put it in the grinder, and we got some bone meal that way, and we can now make lily pads with mutation paste and a sapling or any other thing. And then you take the lily pad with the cinder leaves, like so, and you make lava lilies, and then you can turn that into an obsidian thing as soon as you grab yourself the obsidian ingots that you made in between cuts here, and you can do an obsidian skull. So that gives me fire resistance 1. Can I put it in my baubles? No, so it has to be in my inventory, and it can't go on my face. I don't know why we have baubles if we can't put it in our baubles, but this is fire resistance, so that's pretty cool. We can just go jump in and swim into some lava, and we shouldn't have a problem. And this doesn't have durability, so it's really cool. And yeah, we can basically now harvest these with no problems by just right-clicking or jumping into some lava and then being on fire for a little bit and then harvesting them no problem basically. So that's no need for the chart bucket lava trick anymore, and that's pretty cool. And I think I'm going to end the episode off here. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm hoping you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Also, consider subscribing to see new videos. You can support me on Patreon if you want. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great one. Bye-bye.